are going to discuss the Pali Tipitaka as it is translation of Sanyutta Nikaaya. Here we will focus on chapter 13 and 14. Joining with me is Dr. Rajesh Savera, the director of Sunnati International Foundation. Welcome, doctor. And from Dubai, we have got Dr. Lim Siojin, Dhanacharya Nagajiva. Welcome, doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the voice very dim, you know. The
Is it
voice very dim. Check your mic.
dim?
The voice very dim. Yeah.
Yeah. She was. The mic
Hello.
was far. Huh? Now it's
Can you
okay.
hear me? Is it okay?
Now better. Yeah.
Now
Now
okay.
better. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we will begin our talk, but before beginning it, let's have our 9 to 0 Sunya meditation practice.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's discuss the linked discourses. The group of linked discourses beginning with causation, linked discourses on comprehension, and this is Abhisamaya Vagga, the chapter on comprehension. So today's topic of discussion will be chapter 13 and 14, where we will discuss and focus on comprehension. So first sutta, SN 13.1, a fingernail, Nakha Sikha Sutta, doctor. Thus have I heard. At one time, the Bhagava was dwelling at Savatthi in Jetvan, Anathpindika's Arama. Then the Bhagava, taking up a little dust on the tip of his fingernail, addressed the bhikkhus. What do you think, bhikkhus? Which is more, the little dust I have taken up on the tip of my fingernail, or the Mahapatvi, great earth? Bhante, the great earth is far more. The little dust the Bhagavata has taken up on the tip of his fingernail is insignificant. It does not come to 100 part, nor 1,000 part, nor 100,000 part when compared to the great earth. In the same way, bhikkhus, for an Arya Savaka, noble disciple, who is accomplished in ditthi view, a person who has understood the dukkha that has been completely destroyed and eliminated is far more. What remains is insignificant. It does not come to 100 part, nor 1,000 part, nor 100,000 part when compared to the previous mass of dukkha that has been destroyed and eliminated, which lasts for a maximum of 7 more lives. So great is the benefit because of understanding the Dhamma. So great is acquiring the Dhamma Chakku insight into the nature of Dhamma. That was the first sutta, doctor.
Yeah. So Buddha tried to explain. Okay. No, the dust in your fingernail compared to the earth, of course, is insignificant. These are the thing. Then only thing is that it's talking about the destroy of dukkha. No? Dukkha. Actually, dukkha is like the ocean. Dukkha is a huge quantity of dukkha. This are the thing. But even that, you say that it needs seven life. No?
Mm-hmm.
Seven life. This the stream entera.
Mm-hmm.
The stream entera, seven life. Then they can get rid of all the suffering. Okay, so that there is a certain type of certainty in the teaching of Buddha. That when if you follow the practice, okay, like the Satipatthana say, if you follow practice every day, maximum 7 day, 7 years, no, you will achieve something. Okay, so if you practice it seriously, maximum 7 life, you get rid of all these things. So there's something that's very certain. Okay, so that's why when we study the Dharma, okay, we are happy because what Buddha give to us is something that is not based on guessing. It's not based on guessing. That definitely you get the result. Yeah.
And Doctor, you very nicely, it is put here that the benefit is of understanding the Dhamma. And understanding of the
Yeah.
Dhamma comes by engaging with the world, doing your duty, reading the
Yeah.
sutras, not running
Yeah.
away or leaving everything apart or chanting or worshipping, because that will not
No.
give you understanding. That will just make you a machine. Right? Because,
Chanting,
yeah,
worshipping, or the puja, no, it
they
won't
will,
give you the understanding.
yeah,
It's a study and it's the engagement and it's the performance of the duty.
absolutely right.
You perform your duty, then you can understand that Dharma.
Yeah. So then whatever remains, as he says, is just a little dust in your fingernails in
Yeah,
comparison
yeah,
to
yeah.
dukkha that you have been carrying for lifetimes. And that little dust, I think, is easy to remove and then to remove the whole earth, quantity of dukkha. But with the
Yeah.
right view is important, Doctor.
You no need to remove the whole earth.
Now,
Okay, you focus on what is need to be done. Then within certain times, no, you will be delivered. No, you will be safe. Yeah.
like I remember, Doctor, when we were young, the sisters from the monastery used to come and tell my parents that send your children to school. One day they will have a good life. The schooling is
Yeah.
important, but at that time it was very difficult to even convince parents that going to school is important. So I think taking that advice for a future was important. Understanding comes by schooling, and I think if you look at Shunya today, we do Saturday, Sunday. Actually, we do a schooling. We study, 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 study.
Yeah, yeah. We established back the schooling.
Yes.
This how the things should be. You see, the thing is that the thing nowadays people they always go for something grand, something massive, okay? Then they don't understand much. They keep on studying something, they spend a lot of time studying something that is useless now. But when you come to Nikaya, when you come to the agamas, no, he go with the details of your fabric of your life.
Yeah.
Okay, one by one, the detail now. And these details are not very complicated. Okay, but when you understand all these details now, it will lead you to a very good practice.
So true.
Good practice, yeah. Then this is the basic of sati. You observe it nicely. You observe it clearly.
Yeah.
You see it clearly. This thing. That's why Buddha said that all realization is hiding in the details. In the details of what you are doing is very important.
No
You
ambiguity.
go into no ambiguity, no ambiguity.
No guesswork.
No guesswork and no uncertainty.
And here 7 lifetimes means 7. It is
Yeah,
he's
7.
putting numbers,
Maximum.
Doctor. Maximum, yeah.
Maximum 7 lifetime. So, but if you practice every day, maximum 7 years, you
Yes.
achieve something.
Yeah.
Maximum 7 years, and many people in a matter of 7 days, in a matter of
No, let me
7
give you an example,
hours.
Doctor. There was a person who started practice coming to the studio 7 days ago. And by
Yeah.
7 days, he started to reduce his insomnia pills. He started to sleep better. Little part of
Yeah.
his life's dukkha has started to change in just 7 days.
Yeah. Just do it.
Just
Keep
do
on
it.
doing it.
Yeah,
So
correct.
that's why, and also Buddha always say that his teaching is a happy teaching.
Yeah,
You see,
joy.
every Nikaya, okay, every this agama is talking about practice happily. Happiness is part of the teaching. Okay, so that nowadays people get it very wrong now. They keep on talking about what they call aesthetic.
Aesthetic life.
Try to torture themselves, try to make themselves torture themselves, then they practice 5 to 6 hours a day, torture themselves, so they thought that this is the right way. No, this is not the right way. This is not the right way. The right way is practice it happily, okay, have peace of mind, So even it's a long life, it's a long night, you say in the Akamas, even it's a long night, I am at peace with myself. I feel happy with myself, even though the night is long. Okay, so that is the practice that is expounded by Buddha. So it should be a happy practice, and the practice is certain. There's no ambiguity. There's no guesswork. There's no by luck. No such thing. No.
And doctor, I like that. Even the repentance, like when you practice the dharma, the repentance is also joy. Because when you do the dhamma practice, it is still joyful. Not the repentance of pain and suffering or torturing yourself and punishing yourself. It is a joy of repentance.
No, you calm down your mind.
Yeah.
Your mind becomes stable. Okay, so you enter the kind of peace, a kind of peace, a kind of equanimity. Okay, so that is very important in the practice of Buddha.
Yeah. Let's take the next verse.
Next suttas in this series are also focused on similar theme, and it is illustrated with various examples like lotus pond and 2 examples on waters flowing together, 2 on earth, 2 on oceans, and 3 on mountains. So we are.
So doctor, the others verses were of the similar type. Instead of using the earth and the dust, they use the example of a lotus pond. Then the examples of waters flowing together. Then 2 on earths, 2 on oceans, and 3 on mountains. So they were very similar of comparison. So we did not repeat it. We did not repeat it. We go with the next section of the sutta.
No, when you have time, try to read through it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the Buddha teaching is very, very repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Why is repetitive? Because only repetitive the thing will sink into your conscious mind.
Yes.
You see in CDPET, when we ask them to do something, one instruction never work, You have to instruct them 5 times, 6 times, sometimes 7 times, before they really carry out a simple instruction,
Like doctor, we say the nail to go on the wall, you need to use a hammer.
Yeah. Even such a simple instruction, you take them so many times. Like you see our kombucha, to produce kombucha, keep on telling them, Even the cooking of the plain porridge, we ask them, don't put anything, they keep on putting something, keep on putting, Okay, these are the thing. That's why what Buddha said, what Buddha doing, Buddha he have the highest knowledge, Okay, when he used this method, there must be some reason behind it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we should not feel boring, keep on repeating. No, let it repeat.
Yeah,
let
true.
Let it repeat, yeah.
Okay, so we are moving to chapter number 14th, which is on link discourses on the dhatus, elements. So
the element,
first is the Nanattavagga, the chapter on diversity. So in that first sutta is SN 14.1, Dhatu Nanatta Sutta, diversity of dhatus, elements. Staying at Savatthi, I will teach you bhikkhus the diversity of dhatus, elements. Listen carefully and pay close attention. I will speak. Yes, Bhante, those bhikkhus replied to the Bhagavata. The Bhagava said this. And what bhikkhus is the diversity of dhatu, elements? The eye element, the form element, eye consciousness element, ear element, sound element, ear consciousness element, nose element, smell element, the nose consciousness element, tongue element, taste element, tongue consciousness element, body element, physical sensations element, body consciousness element, mind element, mental object element, the mind consciousness element. This bhikkhus is called the diversity of dhatus, element. So that was the first sutta in chapter number 14.
So in the practice of sunya, in the practice of Zen, okay, it always said that you should take care of your 5 senses and your mind. Okay, what see through your eye, what listen through your ear, you smell through your nose, okay, you taste through your tongue, you feel through your body, okay. You should try to experience it, okay, then to understand it, okay, to feel it clearly. So you have a kind of clarity, so that you should not live a life there what has happened to you, you doesn't know. No? Many people, they don't realize what is happening to them. No, you must careful of what happening to you. That's all, no. And that is the basic of practice. And that alone can lead to nirvana. No? That alone can lead to nirvana. So nirvana is not something that is a special practice, no. Okay, this thing is a go to the details. The details or your everyday details. What are you doing every day? What do you feel every day? What do you think every day? Okay, yeah, this is very, very important in the practice. Yeah.
So it means, doctor, the diversity that the senses can experience, you should experience that. You should be.
You should experience.
You don't kill your senses, don't suppress your senses, but you should actually go and experience everything through your senses, even the diversity.
No, in MMS that you cannot kill your senses.
Ah.
You cannot kill your mind also.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot kill your heart. Okay, they are non-static. They keep on interacting. Okay, so you should look at them as it is
Yeah.
until it no longer affect your emotion. Until it no longer affect your emotion. Of course, that need a lot of practice. Okay, and reverse counting is very important practice to achieve this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one is first Nanakta Sutta, diversity of contacts. Staying at Savati, because dependent on the diversity of dhatus elements, there arises a diversity of first contacts. And what because is the diversity of element? The eye element, ear element, nose element, tongue element, body element, and mind element. This is called the diversity of elements. And how because does the diversity of contact arises depending on the diversity of dhatus? Because depending on the eye element, eye contact arises. Depending on the ear element, ear contact arises. Depending on the nose element, depending on the tongue element, and likewise depending on the body element, depending on the the mind element, mind contact arises, and likewise all the dependent contact arises. Like this, because depending on the diversity of elements, there arises a diversity of contact.
Sometimes in Zen, we always say our body is like a castle. No? So you have six gates, your eye, your ear, your nose, your tongue, all these senses are the gates. Okay, so you must guard your gate, no, so that you don't allow the robber to come in. Okay, you don't allow someone to come in and steal something from you. So be careful guarding your gate. Guard your gates. Okay. So that's why during the practice of sunya, okay, sometimes we focus on the eye, sometimes we focus on the ear, sometimes we focus on the nose. Okay, this is on the satipatthana is on the feeling. Second part, first you observe the body. Okay, the body. How do you feel? You feel warm, you feel cold, the body, you feel tired, you feel okay, you feel not okay. Secondly is that then based on your five senses, how do you feel? Okay, so because many of our attachment is due to the five senses. You trace it back due to what you have see something beautiful, you attach to that. Okay, you hear something beautiful, you attach to that. So all the attachment boil down to the five senses. Definitely boil down to the five senses. So take care of the five senses, you take care of the five gates. Okay, so take care of your castle. Then how you guide yourself? Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
How you guide yourself?
Okay. Next sutta, SN 14.3, no Fasananta Sutta, not diversity of contacts. Staying at Savati, because depending on the diversity of elements, there arises diversity of contact, but not depending on the diversity of contact does the diversity of elements arise. And what because is the diversity of elements? The eye element, then again repetition, likewise the mind element, because this is called the diversity of elements. And how because does the diversity of contact arises depending on the diversity of elements, but not dependent on the diversity of contact does the diversity of element arise? Because depending on the eye element, eye contact arises, but not depending on the eye contact does the I element arise? Depending on the mind element, mind contact, but not depending on the mind contact, does the mind element arise? Like this, because depending on the diversity of elements, there arises a diversity of contacts, but not depending on the diversity of contacts, does the diversity of the dhatu arises.
The mind is a little bit
So,
maybe.
Yeah,
Now you see now these are the logic, you know. A lead to B,
yeah,
B lead to C, C lead to D. This is the logic.
yeah.
Okay, so that when you have time, you
Doctor,
try
one
to
minute,
study.
doctor.
You know,
I think we have an issue with the
the mic.
doctor. Your voice is cracking. Yeah, your mic.
Yeah. Because when I listen from your side, also cracky. You know,
Okay, I think the line. Uh,
it's the line. It's the line. Yeah, it's not the mic.
so
It's the
maybe
line.
both sides it is cracky. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How's the sound?
Now
Yeah.
okay.
No, you see now these are the interdependent origin. Okay, origin A lead to B, B lead to C, C to D. Okay, so this is you should study this, then you can get a clear understanding how this universe is performing, how this world are functioning. You know, how this universe are functioning. You see, in the second level of yoga, is that you should union with the universe. Okay, so you must know how the universe is operating. You must know how to interact with the universe. Okay, this is how the way is to study. Okay, to study the origin, to study this thing. As I told you many times, no. Okay, there are two main school. Okay, in the practice, one is the Zen school. The Zen school, they don't go for so much of this kind of name and reasoning. They don't go for so much. Okay, they go for very basic one. Okay, but the Yogacara school, okay, then and the Nim and Nama school, okay, they go for details. And there are also many people, they get great achievement, by studying all these things. So you cannot say that these things are no good. No. There must be some thing. Then it on depend on your what they call your standing. Okay, your study. Some people they like to study the name, the reasoning, the cost, this thing. Then this is good for them. Okay, but some of us we like to go for something simple, straightforward. Okay, so we don't go too much into this. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah.
Sutta SN 14.4 Vedanananta Sutta Diversity of Feelings. Staying at Savatthi.
Okay.
Because depending on the diversity of elements, there arises a diversity of contacts. Depending on the diversity of contacts, there arises a diversity of feelings. And what because is the diversity of dhatus, elements, the I element, likewise all the elements, mano element, this is called the diversity of elements. And how because does the diversity of contacts from arises depending on the diversity of elements, and how does the diversity of feelings arises depending on the diversity of contacts? Because depending on the eye element, eye contact arises. Depending on the eye contact, there arises a feeling born of eye contact. Depending on the mind element, the mind contact arises. Depending on the mind contact, there arises a feeling born of mind contact. Like this, because depending on the diversity of elements, there arises a diversity of contacts, and depending on the diversity of contacts, there arises the diversity of feelings.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Very simple. Now, first you have the organs, no, the eye. Then there is a contact. Okay, when there is contact, then they are feeling, no, they are feeling. Then the feeling, then you have good feeling and you have bad feeling. Then they allow interaction with the feeling. This try to explain all these things, no. You try to explain. So when you have time, read it slowly to understand the logic, no. I think now here maybe we need not spend too much time to discuss about that. Yeah.
Straightforward. We skip SN 14.5 because it's on similar line.
It's
We take
same thing, yeah.
we take 14.6 Bahir Dhatu Nananta Sutta external diversity.
Yeah, yeah,
Staying
yeah.
at Savatthi because I will teach you the diversity of external elements. Listen carefully. And what because is the diversity of external elements? The Rupa Dhatu, form element, the Saddha Dhatu, sound element, the smell element, taste element, physical sensations element, and the mental phenomena, Dhamma Dhatu element. This is called the diversity of external Dhatu elements. Yes, that was the
Yeah,
sixth.
yeah, it's same thing, you know. I mean, these are the external information that enter you through the five senses.
So
So you
basic.
have to guard your five senses. Okay, you have to very clearly to discern your five senses, no. Okay, this is what the meaning here.
Yeah,
That
actually,
means
I
what you
like.
see.
Doctor, what you're saying is very interesting when you're saying guarding the gate, because through this gate, even through the sound gate, there would be different sounds coming, the good, the bad,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
abusive language, somebody could do praising language. So the things come. You need to guard and watch what is going in and
Now
try to avoid.
you
Yes.
you see, sometimes people are not happy. People comment negatively, then immediately they get angry. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is sounds.
Hmm.
Come back to sound. Okay, this a thing. So some people do some gesture. You're not happy, you know. This I. You see a lot of road accident. They quarrel, then they make some some funny gesture, then we get angry, you know. All is a sign. Okay, so actually, what Buddha tells us that all these things is a illusion. You should not get your emotionally screwed up because of all these things. They're just illusion. Okay, so you just get rid of all this illusion. Yeah,
Audio is playing a little bad thing. Audio is not getting
yeah,
clear.
yeah. All this
Yeah.
not very nice.
Okay. So we can continue.
So
Do you want to
continue.
continue?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's.
So, continuing the SN 14.7, Sanyanananta Sutta, this is about the diversity of perceptions. Staying at
yeah.
Savatthi.
Perception.
Because depending on the diversity of dhatus element, there arises a diversity of perception. Depending on the
Yeah,
diversity of
perception. Yeah,
perception, uh, uh, depending on the diversity of perception, there arises a diversity of thoughts. Depending
thoughts.
on
Yeah,
the diversity of thoughts, sankalpa, there arises a diversity of chanda, interest. Depending on the
interest. Yeah,
diversity of chanda, interest, there arises a diversity of discomfort. Depending on the
discomfort. Comfort or
diversity,
discomfort. Yeah,
discomfort. It is discomfort, doctor. And depending on the
yeah.
diversity of discomfort, there arises a diversity of inquiry. And what because is the diversity of elements? The Rupa Dhatu, form element, then again repetition, doctor. The Dhamma Dhatu, mental phenomena element, because this is called the diversity of elements. And how because does the diversity of perceptions arises depending on the diversity of elements, and how does the diversity of thoughts arises depending on the diversity of perception, and how does the diversity of interest arises depending on the diversity of thoughts, and how does the diversity of passions arises depending on the diversity of interest, and how does the diversity of inquiries arises depending on the diversity of passions. However, it is not the case that depending on the diversity of inquiries there arises the diversity of passions, nor the diversity of the passions there arises the diversity of interest, nor depending on the diversity of, it is going on a reverse cycle, doctor. Depending on the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
interest there arises the thoughts, nor depending on the diversity of thoughts there arises diversity of perception, and not depending on the diversity of perception there arises a diversity of dhatus. Now Buddha is explaining again, because depending on the form element there arises the perception of form. Depending on the perception of forms there arises the thought about the form. Depending on the thought or about forms, there arises desire of for forms. Depending on the desire for forms, there arises rupa, strong desire for rupa forms. Depending on the strong desire for rupa, there arises pursuit of forms. Depending on the mental phenomena, there arises perception of mental phenomena. Depending on perception of mental phenomena, there arises thought about mental phenomena. Depending on thought of mental phenomena, there arises desire for mental phenomena. Depending on desire for mental phenomena, there arises discomfort for mental phenomena. Depending on the discomfort for mental phenomena, there arises pursuit of mental phenomena. Like this, because depending on the diversity of elements, there arises a diversity of perception. Depending on diversity of perception, there arises thoughts, and depending on thoughts, there arises interest. Depending on interest, there arises passions, and depending on the diversity of passions, there arises diversity of inquiries. So that was the seventh sutta, doctor. Uh,
This is a long sutra, no?
yeah,
Okay. So no need to waste too much of your time.
yeah.
No, whatever it is, whatever your perception,
Uh,
at the end of the day, okay, either you like it or you doesn't like it. You like it, it causes comfort, no? You do not like it discomfort. Here you discomfort, actually you look into it. It also causes comfort. Yeah, and it causes comfort, discomfort. Okay, so now your emotion keep on like what you call your emotion play around, no? Okay, by the environment. So just like a puppet, yeah, like swing, play you around, this sort of thing. So you have to be very careful. Okay, you should not become a puppet to be playing around by all this emotional thing, this thing. That's why. At the end of the day, your five senses always lead to emotion.
yeah.
Okay, this emotion either comfort or discomfort. So do away with comfort and do away with discomfort. Do away with these two. Okay, this is what this is the thing. Now, of course, there's quite a lot of explanation in between, Okay, so if you have time, you can study that.
Hmm.
You have time to study that. But to me, in case you don't understand it very clearly, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doctor, what I understand here is one thing, maybe I might be, you can correct me. It's talking about milk turning into curd. So, but curd cannot turn into milk again. Means if you want to enjoy a pleasure and you go and engage in the pleasure, you don't think that the pleasure is going to give you the enjoyment again. It is going to move forward into something else. So it is always forward going, not, it will never give you back the what you want. And people seek to go into making the milk into curd and then they want the curd to become milk again. It is not going to be possible.
Yeah, that's not possible. Like you cook the rice, okay, you cook it into rice, then you want to make it into grain again. No, not possible. It's not possible. Okay. But of course, Buddha spent a lot of effort, to explain the law of the universe, how this universe are interacting, how the law are interacting, so that you should guide your emotion properly, you should guide your five senses properly, Okay, this is the main function of the sutra here. Okay, so of course there's a lot of teaching. There's a lot of name, the all this thing. Is just sufficient for you to read enough. Don't keep on using too much of that, and don't use too many of them in your lecture. You're confused. You confuse the audience more than enlighten them. Yeah.
So I think, Doctor, for today, because the audio is also not so good and cracky, let's open the floor for questions so that we can discuss. That is much better.
Yeah.
So, if any questions, no online questions, anybody here? Yeah. So, this seems no questions, doctor, but I think this is a good thing about if you could explain. I have a question. Like when we are talking about this diversity, it began with the senses, and then the senses having the diversity because of the five senses, including the mind, having so much variety, and all those variety creating more variety of your liking and dislike. So, the whole tree of dukkha is born. And the only way is that within that diversity, your awareness, as you said, the guarding of the mind is the only key when you observe the things that are there, they will come, they will in process grow, sustain, decay, and perish one day. So if you could throw light on the diversity of these senses and the objects and the experience.
Now, you see, when you practice sunya, there are two types. One is samatha, one is vipassana. Vipassana and samatha. You reverse counting, you come to your mind, that is samatha. Okay. Then after that, you started to observe. What they are talking now is vipassana. No? Today, what you're talking now is it on vipassana. How your eye contact with the object, Okay. How this contact still up your emotion, okay, in you. Okay. And how this emotion will created a kind of comfort, discomfort. Okay. How this thing. That's why Buddha say our being is complicated. So you want to go for vipassana. It's not so easy. Your five senses, your this thing. So there are so many things for you to observe. That's why Buddha makes such a clear detail, to bring your attention that you should be careful of this day-to-day experiences in your life. Okay, what happened to you? Okay, you must clearly observe them clearly. Then you have the vipassana. Okay, then you have the wisdom. Okay, so when you see things clearly, then you no longer worry. Okay, you no longer having fear, no fear. Then you have no longer having any illusion. Then you can achieve nirvana. Okay, so to achieve nirvana, you need to analyze yourself. Okay, and this yourself, our body is a complicated being. So last few this sutra telling us the thing is complicated. Buddha tells us it's complicated. That's why you should put into eye category, ear category, nose category. Category by category, observe that. Observe. So in this Satipatthana, this is on the second foundation, on the feeling, yeah. So this give you some idea. Yeah. Of the
Already,
Satipatthana.
already the if you look at it, it is very systematic, but yet it is a little complicated. When you go and add more, try to learn and more, add masala to it, then it becomes more complicated. Then the only thing is you don't want to know. You want to stay away from such kind of teaching, because then it becomes too much. Like we feel that we are dumb. We are ignorant, we don't understand. Then some smarter guy comes and tries to teach us and tries to give us all the knowledge, and then we feel, oh, we cannot understand, leave it.
The problem, they themselves also don't understand what they are talking about. They keep on talk. You ask them, they don't understand. I have seen this kind of people, they keep on talk a lot of name, then you keep on asking them, what is this now? Can you explain it? No, they cannot. They cannot. Hey, many people, no, they are ignorant, They're ignorant, You keep asking them, they cannot answer. They talk too much, talk all these things, then you ask them, are you sure? What is this? Can you explain this? They cannot explain properly. They just get something from the books, everything, then they try to do this thing.
So true. I think Doctor,
No, many
keep
people
it simple.
teach, but without understanding,
Yeah.
without the conviction. Like many of us God believer ask us to believe in God, or you believe in God, you go to the heaven. So I keep on asking them, are you sure you will go to the heaven? Are you sure? After 3 to 4 asking, then they are not sure, If they don't even sure, then how are you going to bring me there now? Ridiculous now.
It's like doctor, a swimming teacher telling us about swimming. You tell him, can you swim? He cannot.
No, he doesn't know how to swim.
He himself will drown. You
Then
go
he's talking
with
about diving, talking about butterfly, talking about this thing, but he doesn't know how to swim. No, these people, you very careful with all this so-called the religious guru, They talk so much. They talk and talk, even come to the meditation, Keep on talking,
Yeah.
But when you really ask them, go to the details, asking them, then
Yeah. True.
they fear the answer. Okay. The good thing about this sutra is that it trains you how to think,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But not only think, doctor, also to observe, like God, he's telling you that this is the eye, that is the object, there is a contact, There is a feeling because of the contact. You will like it, you will dislike it. It will.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
telling
yeah.
you very clearly. Actually, it's a surgical way of looking, into the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
anatomy of your experience.
Yeah, anatomy of your experience.
Yeah,
Layer by layer, come
beautiful.
up to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that actually this is the way to practice the vipassana.
Mm-hmm.
Vipassana, they systematic approach to this thing. So when we more and more of sutra coming in, so we can understand it better and better about the vipassana.
Yes.
Otherwise, people tends to oversimplify it.
Either oversimplify or doctor overcomplicate. Never balance. As it is, like give us the words of Buddha as it is. Don't give your version or
No, no, no. They not to simplify. You're not.
like doctor. Let me give you an example.
They call it vipassana, but you're not allowed to ask questions.
Yes.
You just sit there, meditate for 5 to 6 hours. How can that be vipassana? What had it to do with vipassana? And for so many days, you're not allowed to question, you're not allowed to interact, And they call it vipassana.
But doctor, at the end,
Yeah.
if you look at the end of this sutra, it is saying that the diversity of your inquiries, you will have tons of inquiries, different types of
Yeah, yeah,
inquiries,
tons of
different
inquiry, yeah.
questions, and
Keep on inquire.
all
Keep
your
on asking questions.
all your experience will lead you to different inquiry. It will not stop. The inquiry
Yeah,
will
yeah.
never stop.
That's why in this vipassana training is must be very active,
Actually, yeah, very true.
There will be a lot of questions.
Yeah.
How can you ask people go and sit there 5 to 6 hours, not moving your body, no eye contact,
And no question.
no good morning, no question, nothing for 10 days like that? Then you call it vipassana. What type of vipassana is that? From where? This vipassana coming from? From where? No, it's the self-invented, they invent it by themselves. They plug it from the air, then they do it on their own, It's from none of the sutra, It's none of the Nikaya. Then they simply use the name Vipassana, then they are very happy,
Yeah. True.
Never mind.
I think-
Rajesh, the world of full of idiots now, then what can we do?
I always remind myself about that little sutra which from the Agamas where Buddha and Ananda are going for asking alms, and Ananda sees Devdatta in one of the ally asking for alms, and he's telling Buddha that can we go there? Buddha says let's take the another route, let's not go where he is. I always remind myself now, next time I see a fool, I change my route, I go to another place. Better to not interact, not debate, not question, do nothing with them. Keep them away. Ignore them.
Keep them, When you see the fool, the eye cannot see, The ear cannot listen, The mind cannot reason. Then what can you interact with them?
True.
They become a stone, You're wasting your time. No matter how you convince them, they cannot see, No matter how you explain to them, they cannot hear.
No.
Okay? No matter how you listen to them, they cannot think.
Let me tell you about one experience. I met a Nichiren practitioner, and
Yeah.
he's teaching me that I was telling him about the lion's roar, that how Buddha's voice is like a lion's roar, where everybody's questions and doubts become submissions. There is a complete peace in that. So he's telling, even we here, we say we should chant loudly like a lion. I said, the more loudly you chant, the more loud the Buddha becomes, the more louder it becomes, all your energy go out, you become peaceful. I kept quiet. I said, salute, I don't want to debate with this person.
No, when he read the sutra, Buddha said you should go and roar like a lion.
Yeah, not shout.
So roar like a lion, they keep on chanting loudly, Nah, these people, they never study,
For them, doctor, roaring of a lion means yelling and shouting. My
Yelling
goodness.
and telling,
Which lion I told?
Diamond Sutra, Buddha make it very clear, You cannot see Buddha in form. You
And
cannot
sound.
see Buddha in sound.
Sound.
And this is the evil way, This is like evil practice. No, this is wrong. Evil practice now. Dhamma Sutra make it very clear, it's evil practice now.
I think, doctor, at that time they booked their ticket for hell.
Yeah. one-way direction to hell. Never come back.
Never, never, no.
Never come.
But now I learned, doctor. I don't debate. I better after that
No,
I
no, no.
saved.
Leave them. Leave
I
them. Leave
leave
them.
them.
Leave them.
I leave
No, no.
them. Let them yell. Let
No,
them
you
shout.
see, you see. How do you know a person is a worshipper? Okay, when he have eyes, he cannot see, and when
Yeah.
ear cannot listen, when the mind he cannot reasoning. Don't talk to them. You know.
Leave them.
You're wasting your time.
True.
No matter how you talk, their mind they cannot see. You know. Okay, even to draw all the sketches to them, their eye with the eye they cannot see. These are people condemn. You know, they become donkey. You know. Okay, these are thing. You better spend your time and effort to someone else. No, even Buddha, ignore them, not to say us. Buddha also ignore them, you know. You see, in Agamas, many times, Buddha just ignore them. Keep them aside, you know.
Better,
Keep them
better,
aside.
better that way.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
that is the best way.
Yeah.
So
No, because this worshipper, they believe in something, then they keep on believe it, they keep on cling to it, you know. Okay, without any reasoning. Okay, they just cling to it, you know.
so
Then
I,
they come up
doctor.
with all sort of funny theory.
Let me tell you one more thing. The cow worshipper. I met one actress. You know, she went to a cow farm of my friend. She's touching the cow and giving it food. You know, and then saying, "She, this is the goddess, cow goddess." And then she's going below the cow's four legs, and she's feeling blessed. She's saying, "Wow, I feel so great." And I was looking at her, having that kind of ignorance. To even have a conversation with such a person is the end of your, peace. Gone.
And your life.
They will.
You become donkey like that. You try to talk to them, you become donkey like that.
No, because
That's
doctor,
why-
they are the people who will take the urine. They will drink the urine. They'll feel all this. My goodness, you'll go.
The worst thing is that they mix the dung to the Ayurvedic, you know.
Medicine.
Then they sell worldwide. Then in European they pour a lot of cow dung inside the Ayurvedic this thing. Contaminate
No,
this
doctor,
thing.
the research went to that extent that they have found gold particles in the urine. And they say that the cow produces gold particles. I again did not debate. There is research paper. I'll share, doctor. These are so dumb. Because whatever the mind is going to see, you will start believing it. I leave it at that point. Better not to discuss, debate, talk, converse. Stay away from them. That's the best way.
No, they also gold in the sea water. No?
Yeah.
Okay, but you spend more gold to extract that to get the gold. You extract it, the money to extract it is much more than what you get. There may be gold in the urine. No, but
But
you
to
cannot
take-
extract it, no. You cannot extract it. Even in the sea water, also a lot of gold.
Yeah. But the cost of extracting is higher than the value of the gold.
Yeah. The cost of extracting is highest. So now, we promote the agamas, we
Yes.
promote Nikaya
Yes.
In a proper way. So we're telling the Sunyati, follow this law.
Yeah.
This is right way, okay, and those practice that have nothing to do with this, no, keep them aside. You know.
Doctor, to tell you, we
Don't
just
follow them.
recently did the Diamond Sutra retreat in Kerala. It was so
Kerala,
beautiful. We had all the Muslim, we had all the Christian, we all the Hindus sitting together, and they were just studying for 2 days the Diamond Sutra, 16 chapters, and they all felt joy. Exactly what the sutra says. They were in complete joy.
Diamond Sutra has nothing to do with any religion. You know.
Absolutely.
He said, Diamond Sutra, he said that the teaching of Buddha is not Buddha Dhamma. You mean the teaching of Buddha is not Buddhism.
Yeah.
Don't associate his teaching with
With
Buddhism.
Buddhism, correct. Very true.
No, nothing to do with any ism. You know. Buddhism is not established by Buddha. It's established as someone after Buddha.
After Buddha,
Not by him. So
Correct.
you have to be very careful. You know. You have to be very careful. When people talk about Buddhism, you have to be very careful. Better we keep ourselves away from that. No. We are not involved in any ism.
True.
Belief is not our concern. No, even in Agamas, what Buddha do with all the belief. All the Brahmana, they have their own belief. No, Buddha never interfere with their belief.
Mhm.
And many of them are Zoroastrian, you know. They are fire worshipper. Buddha also never interfere with fire worshipping. Like Anatta Pindika, he is a Zoroastrian. he's a big abbot, Buddha never stopped him, from worshipping the
Doctor,
fire.
even the Brahmana are basically a Brahma worshippers. So even they are also
Yeah,
worshipper.
Brahma is a God worshipper for sure.
Yeah,
God
yeah, yeah,
worshipper.
yeah.
Otherwise, we call them Brahmana.
Correct.
Okay, so that time, most of the people that come to Buddha, the house, what they call the home dwelling one, 90% are God believer. Today, we meet many people are God believer. You meet with all the Hindu, all the Christian, all the Muslim, all the Jews, all the God believer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's exactly the same at the time of Buddha. Anybody come to him. But one thing is that the ancient India, they're quite liberal. When the logic is good, they just follow you. When the logic is good, they follow you. They may come very aggressively, they may come to argue. One your argument or the upper hand, they follow you.
It's like this, doctor. Whether you believe or you don't believe, what matters is how do you live.
We see a very liberal India from Agamas. We see a very liberal India. The way they love, the way they don't like it, the way their happiness, quite straightforward. There is no hypocrite. They don't hide themselves.
True.
You see, this Sundari, when she is getting excited with Nanda, she prepare her house, she put all the perfume, she put all the musical instrument, try to marry Nanda. No, she never hide her emotion, This.
But even Nanda, doctor, even Nanda honestly tell Buddha that I want to go back. I'm feeling that he also honest.
Actually, Nanda also attracted to her.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah.
But after that, Buddha saw him the
monkey,
what they call the damsel, more beautiful than her. Then after that, saw him the hell. Get a hair on his hand, and then he realized, no. This does not work, This does not work. Yeah. And that is a very interesting sutra.
Yeah, beautiful sutra.
No, they mean we as a normal being, we as a mortal being, sometimes we cannot get rid ourselves from what they call for the temptation. There's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
We have to fight the temptation, We have to fight the temptation. Okay, this is the thing. Try hard, to go against the temptations. There's
Guard
no
it,
guarantee.
doctor. Guard it so that temptation does not break the
Yeah,
Shila.
yeah.
That's it. You
Yeah.
you don't need to let the temptation die off. You need to guard it so that it does not
Yeah.
break the 5 Shilas. That's it.
Yeah. No, you can enjoy your life.
Yeah.
You don't break the sila.
Just don't break the Shila. That's it.
Yeah. You enjoy life. For us, we enjoy our life. Okay, as long as we do not break the
Absolutely.
Pancasila.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I think,
So
doctor.
that is very straightforward guidance, Okay.
Straightforward.
Now, based on this thing, everything you must understand. The teaching, the guiding of Buddha are very certain. The practice are very certain. There's no ambiguity. Whatever you practice, sure you get the result. Okay, sure you get the result. You want to go anywhere, you want to go, sure you go. In the future also, we will explain in more details, Because at the end of the day, you have to go back to the basic question: where are you going?
True.
No, we are not proposing a person where is he going. Okay, but we will tell him all the possibility. He make a choice.
Yeah.
He must understand,
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm telling you, this God believer, you keep asking me, are you sure you go there? Are you sure? And 10 people, I ask, 9 people are not sure. No, last time in my young time, many people that try to convince me to believe in God.
Huh.
No, I asked them, okay, sure, I believe. Where you're going there? You're going there? Sure, you're going there? Very sure? They're not sure. No. If we are not sure, then how to lead people?
True.
Today, why we like the teaching of Buddha? Because it's very sure.
Certain,
Very
sure, guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah. guarantee. No guessing.
And the beauty is, the doctor, the beauty about Buddha's teaching is when you apply it, you can see the effect immediately. You don't need to wait for lifetimes. We can see people getting out of dukkha immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. You do not need a lifetime.
Yeah.
You do not wait until you die then you to verify when. No. When you're alive, you verify.
Absolutely.
You need not wait until you die to verify.
Then we don't know. Then we don't know also, doctor, after you die.
Yeah. No. When you're alive, you already know.
Absolutely.
And in many agamas mentioned there, you know.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So I think we tomorrow we see again.
Yeah, doctor.
Is there any more?
No.
Is there any more questions?
No question, no.
No
We
more?
wait for tomorrow's
So see you tomorrow
agamas.
for agamas.
Yes, doctor. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
okay, bye-bye.
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 Okay,
Yeah.
doctor, we have talked about the mano dhatu here and rest of the five senses element. But how does this mano vijnana, the consciousness of mind, the mind element itself, and the contact of mind element is different from all the rest of the five senses? And
No, mind is a sixth sense, right? And its object is the thoughts. And these thoughts are born because the five senses interacting with the world and gaining all that experience, and because of which thoughts come in. So that is what the mind feeds on, right? And it's basically then feeding on it again and again, because again the same thing happens, the subject and the object, then there is contact, then there is the vigyan, that is the consciousness born, and then the thing starts repeating itself. And then you will have liking to a thought, you will have dislike to a thought. Again,
Right.
what you say, comfort and discomfort. With that, feeling will arise, okay, for wanting to have more or not wanting to have more. And that is how the whole thing, the
Push
tree,
and pull.
the tree of your life starts, shaping up with all the diversity in it. And then you are confused into not understanding where to start and where to end. And that's exactly what we are trying to understand here. But as doctor says, let's keep it all simple. We understand there are two things. One is there is a sense organ, there is a sense object, that because of the contact there is a kind of an experience, and this experience can be a good experience and a bad experience. The good experience, the craving of wanting is born. The bad experience, the craving of not wanting is born. Because of craving, the birth happens, and then the whole cycle repeats itself.
yeah, definitely. And there is also in our daily life there is a contact with sensory elements and the leading to vedana,
Yeah,
the
feeling,
feelings.
yeah.
And every reaction of us are technically, mechanically depending on it. How
Absolutely.
can we be cautious in our daily life when it comes to relationships and the work?
Guard them. That's what Dr. Lim just said, or guard your senses. Make sure that when they are actually being, experienced, they are not breaking any of the Panchashila. That's it. When you guard, you let the children play in the park. A good guard there makes sure that the children enjoy in the park without anybody hurting each other.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's how simple it is. You engage with the world, you do whatever you want to do without breaking the Panchashila. And I think that formula is the easiest way to experience life to the fullest, yet progress in your life so that you can move on to the next level of your own version.
In SN 14.5, they're talking about one-way casualty, meaning they're talking like feelings lead to contact, but it's not other way around.
Yeah.
Contact leading to feelings.
Yeah, so that's what I
Yes.
said. Milk turning to curd, but you want now the curd to become milk again. No, you already have a relationship with Mr. X, and this relationship has now turned sour into curd, and now you want the curd to become milk again. No ways it is going to become. Accept it like curd, put a little sugar, make a nice lassi and drink it. That's how you have to live, right?
Right, very right. And there, it has mentioned that there are 3 stages: senses, then contact with it, and leading to feelings. Then, but how in our daily life we can make the more conscious choices?
Conscious choices, again, it depends on if those choices of yours do not break the Panchashil, do not cause any disharmony to people, do not hurt people. I think your choice is well accepted by everyone. Panchashila, or the person who's following the Panchashila, is loved, accepted, very much respected by everyone. So that's the simplest formula of not letting the 3 poisons come out. For the one who practices Panchashila, he never arouses a kind of the three poisons in anyone. So I think practicing Panchashila is the key to everything else.
I think so. It's good summary now at the
Yeah.
end of session. So thank you for joining.
Thank you so
with
much.
us and
Yeah.
giving your valuable insights with us, Doctor. Thank you everyone for tuning in today's Saturday Sunya Talk. We meet tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. for Sunday Sunya Talk with the Hindi version of Agama with Amukta, and 10 a.m. session in English with Herman for the same English translations of the Agamas. Thanks to the Pali translation department here for coming up with these translations. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was spread throughout India.
पूरी दुनिया में ये स्प्रेड होगा.
When India started to practice Sunya,
जब इंडिया ने प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू कर दिया शून्य का,
but the ancient Chinese described Sunya, described India.
जैसे जो चाइनीज थे पुराने, उन्होंने इंडिया के बारे में कुछ बताया है.
Simple,
वो एक साधारण देश है,
elegance,
लेकिन उसमें कुछ खूबसूरती है.
most importantly, majestic.
और सबसे बड़ी चीज है महान है.
Sabas India.
तो ये है इंडिया, साधारण, खूबसूरत और महान.
It was spread throughout India.
पूरी दुनिया में ये स्प्रेड होगा.
When India started